to Friday Night Lights. We are pleased to be joined by the public address announcer of the Cleveland Cavaliers and Erie's own. That's right, Mr.
Yes,
Sean
sir.
Pebbles. Sean, thanks so much for coming in.
Great to see you, Mike. Thank you.
The last time we were in here talking together, the Cavs were off to their best start in franchise history at 15-0. Since then, the season has continued to be a major success. Cleveland with the #1 overall seed in the Eastern Conference heading into the NBA playoffs this weekend.
Yep.
What has this season been like from your perspective, courtside, and seeing how much this team has ascended even from last year's successful run?
Correct. I mean, the fact that you brought up the fact that we were together when we were 15-0 back in October, early November is crazy. That here we are in mid-April and now we're on the threshold of the playoffs. So fantastic, without question. The guys, just with everything that took place this year, with big games and finding new talent and just finding ways to win games in moments where you think they weren't going to. And here we are now finishing first in the Eastern Conference, going to the playoffs. I say it every year, regardless of the record. It's special, it's amazing, but this year just has a little something extra.
What stands out to you about Kenny Atkinson? First-year head coach, J.B. Bickerstaff took this team to the semifinals last year. He's since moved on to Detroit, but what a job that Atkinson has done with this season that's just been so successful, so much fun to watch. What's the biggest difference in your mind when you see these guys up close?
You know, Coach is just, it's hard to say because he said when he came in, he already has everything he could ever wish for. He just had to give it an extra push. And he's done just that. You love the way the guys interact with each other, the way they look out for one another. It's not like a one over everybody else type of mentality on that team, and you can see it and you can feel it. And Coach is he's just a part of that. It's not like he's just the coach and then there's the players. It's a unit, it's a family, and you could really see that in the way that they play and the way they interact on and off the floor. And super excited to have him. He's done an incredible job, and if I could vote, he would get my vote for Coach of the Year without question.
Who do you feel has benefited the most since he's taken over that post?
Player-wise?
Sure.
I would definitely say two players. Well, actually, I can probably name a lot of players. Donovan Mitchell, obviously, being the superstar that he is, has really kind of found a new and unique role of not really needing to be the man, and that mainly because of the fact that Darius Garland has excelled. Evan Mobley has taken leaps upon leaps up the ladder in regards to his status, his talent, and everything else. The likes of Jared Allen, like the list goes on of the players from top to bottom that have really excelled because of Coach Atkinson, but he's just a great coach, and it's been great watching all the guys, succeed and continue to improve.
Obviously, Cleveland made a big move right at the trade deadline. DeAndre Hunter coming in from Atlanta. How has the chemistry been? Maybe different, the same? How has that impact of that trade been felt since then? Different
in a huge way. I mean, with Cleveland needing someone in that role, kind of like that stretch three position, and it's unfortunate the guys we had to give up to get DeAndre into Cleveland from Atlanta, but he was an impact guy right out of the gate, and we knew what we were getting with him, so there wasn't like a big surprise. But it was nice seeing him also coming in and playing with his college teammate Ty Jerome. Their chemistry that they have, and him being a Sixth Man of the Year candidate, Ty being a Sixth Man of the Year candidate, it's a pretty good spot to be in, to have two guys that you can bring in off the bench that are like that really have an impact, regardless of what point of the game that it is.
Obviously, the playoffs open for the Cavs this weekend, Sunday, 7 o'clock Eastern. What or who has to be the biggest X factor here in round one and just really going into the playoffs overall? What do you think has the most impact for this team, I guess, starting the postseason?
Well, the one thing that Cleveland has really been known well for is their bench play, and going back to what Coach Atkinson has done, he has not been afraid to run this roster 10, 11 plus guys deep into a game at any particular time. So he has been very, very disciplined in doing that. So that's going to be one of Cleveland's main strengths is the depth of the bench. Going back to what we were just talking about with DeAndre Hunter, Ty Jerome, you've got the other likes of Dean Wade and Isaac Okoro and Craig Porter Jr. We have so many impactful guys that can come in and make a difference in a ball game at any time, where they really don't lose any momentum that the starters established from the opening tip.
All right, fans, you're used to it, but every time the Cavs knock down a three, especially, you can hear that voice right there coming through the broadcast. The public address announcer for the Cleveland Cavaliers and a very prideful member of the 814 here. Sean, thanks so much for joining us.
Yes, sir.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Let them know.
Let them know.
Cavs playoff basketball starting this weekend. We'll be right back.